morning, everybody. Thanks for coming to the initial and first press conference of the NCAA Division II Women's Basketball Elite Eight. In this session, we're going to feature head coaches from the second session, which is tomorrow night's game. At 8 o'clock, or I'm sorry, at 6 o'clock, it'll be Ashland versus UT Tyler, and then that's followed by Tampa at Glenville State, and the approximate tip-off of that is about 8:30. So we're joined today by Ashland coach Kari Pickens, Rebecca Alvidrez. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Tom Jessee, and then finally Glenville and returning champion Glenville State coach Kim Stevens. We're going to start with an opening statement from each coach. So let's go down the line with Coach Pickens. Start with you. Take a few minutes, talk about your team, talk about the upcoming games, and then we'll take questions afterwards. Okay? All right, Coach, take it away.
Our team's really excited to be here. It's been 5 years since we've been able to make it to the Elite Eight, and we're really excited to be back. We don't have any current players on our teams who have experienced this, and so it's definitely really exciting to view it from their eyes, just the level of excitement that they have to be able to perform at this platform. Really thankful for the NCAA for putting all of this together. We've had an amazing experience so far, and the same mentality has been all year, holds true for this week, is it's one game at a time, and we're just going to try to get focused on doing us really well, and we have a really great opponent in UT Tyler, and so we're excited to battle it out tomorrow.
Okay. Go ahead, Coach.
Hello, congratulations to everybody. This is what we dream about, from playing in the NCAA tournament, and just our team is excited to be here 2 years into Division II. This is what we dreamed of, and then when you watch basketball all day and you see the NCAA Division I, Division II, Division III, this is what we dream about. And I was going to ask Ashland what they do for their shooting drills. Man, they're always so efficient, but we're excited. We want to take one game at a time and don't let it get too high. We're going to try to approach this and battle it out tomorrow and see what happens. But we're excited, and I'm glad our girls are able to represent, UT Tyler, themselves, their family, and it's just been a great experience.
I kind of echo the same thing. It's the first time in the history of the University of Tampa that a women's basketball team has advanced to the Elite Eight, and so that's that itself is an accomplishment. But our kids have been crazy. I hope they don't wake up, because they just each day seems to be, they don't celebrate anything. I come in the locker room, they just untie their shoes and they go back to practice. So they've just been an incredible group of young ladies. We graduated a really good team a year ago, and I was at the Elite Eight as a committee member, and I remember sitting in the stands going, man, this is so cool. Someday maybe I could get my team here. And you kind of rebuilding a little bit, you think, and the following year, but our kids just responded so well. And we've been blessed to have a really, really good year with a really good group of young ladies. And I keep saying the same thing to them. I'm a little selfish. My winning is a little different about this. I want to win just so I can spend some more time with them. You only get a chance to spend more time with them this time of year, if you continue winning. And there's such a good group of young ladies that obviously you want to win a championship, but each time we win, we get some more days with them, and that's the most important thing to me right now. But we got a great opponent in Glenville State. A little story. Obviously, I'm from West Virginia too, and Kim and I know each other from there. And we're I told her out the hallway there, I was cheering for her last year. I won't cheer for her this year. And in that first game, anyway. Maybe after that we can strike a deal. But that first game, I won't cheer for her. But just outstanding respect for their program and what they've been able to do, and they're fun to watch, not fun to coach against. But we're excited about playing. Super excited about our young ladies and this opportunity. NCAA, thank you guys for the things have been fantastic. I kind of pinch myself. I don't know whether to cry or laugh or celebrate, so I do a little bit of it all. But we're excited about being here and look forward to tomorrow night's game.
Yeah, and for us, same thing, to echo, I think the word is we're really excited to be here. Most people in the room know, and most people across the country know, that we graduated 95% of our roster. So it's new for our kids. It's new for them to be back. They're excited. They were really excited just to win their conference tournament. We had a lot of tears. They were really happy. We won our region, and they still don't know what they did. They have no clue what they accomplished. And so we haven't had practice yet today. I'm excited to see how excited they're going to be at practice when they walk in and they see the graphics and they see everything that's been done for them. Hopefully, I know they're going to love it because they thought our conference tournament was the most amazing thing. And they just continue to step up and impress us every single day. I did not think we would be back here at all. So I'm proud of them. I enjoy being around them. I don't love our draw either, but I think when you get here, you don't really love any of your draw. They're all good. So it'll be a tough one tomorrow. I think our group kind of likes to be the underdog, so hopefully we'll just come out and play hard, and we'll just try to continue to live another day.
Okay, any questions? What's up? Okay. Any questions anybody have? Go ahead, Jay.
Coach Pickens, you guys come into this after the reseeding, being considered the #1 team in this Elite Eight. How do you and your team handle the expectations of having that title of being the top seed in this?
Our program's vision statement is that we are in a relentless pursuit to be the best Division II women's basketball team in the country and make a positive impact on all who cross our path. And so for me, we're never going to get caught up in expectations. We're always going to hold ourselves to that standard of our vision, and if we're doing that relentlessly every single day, then that's all I can ask of our team, and they know that.
Coach Jessee, you talked about being a part of the committee last year, and hoping that you could get your team here in the years to come. How did you come out of last year's Elite Eight and go back to the drawing board and set yourself up and your team up to eventually play in a game like this?
Well, I'd like to tell you I got some secret, but I don't. I think it would be referred to as a transfer portal. You probably didn't want to hear that. But it's all it is all in recruiting, and I don't think coaches get credit for the recruiting side of the job. Lots of times it's about what's going on the court, But as time has changed, it's always been about recruiting, and we were fortunate to get a transfer in Sydney Ken in that kind of put us over the top. I thought at the beginning of the year we had a really good team with a great center, but as time went on, it's become a really great team with a great center. And so, but that's really what's about recruiting and really installing in the kids. I told the kids when I got back, I shared some of my experiences of being there and the excitement of watching the teams play. And I came. Went to Dallas on a site visit, and I told the young girls when I got back to practice, I said, listen, I got to go to Dallas and St. Josie either way. I'd like to take y'all with me. So that's our mission. Now let's go together. Otherwise, I got to go and work. So that was our goal, and they bought in. But it's been I don't know if there's any secret to it other than just the recruiting side and the kids. They get the credit. It's the same team that was there. A lot of those kids was on last year's team. They were 29-6 last year and got beat out in the regional, and so they went home for the summer and worked their tail off too, so credit to them.
That's all I got. Thank you, guys.
Anybody else? Yeah, Nick.
Coach Stevens, I was lucky enough to be with you in Birmingham last year. You even mentioned it a couple of times about how you did not expect to be back, how it was going to be a real uphill climb this year. Could you kind of walk us through what it's been like since then and getting this team to gel together as kind of a new Glenville team?
Yeah, I mean, it's been very chaotic. Just so many new people, 15 new kids, and they all have to come in, they all have to play right away, and they've done a tremendous job of just showing up and doing it. I think one of our biggest strengths is they don't have any pressure on them, and they don't really have a clue what to expect. We're clueless a little bit. We won our conference tournament, and I said, well, we have to go back and we have to watch this election show. And I said, well, what's an election show? And then we won our region, and they're just like, well, what are we eating after this? You know, they just have no idea what they're doing. So we're just going to try to ride it as long as possible. We had a lot of injuries this year. Deja Atkinson, who was on our team last year, tore her labrum. She was out for the rest of the year. And then Mo Pruitt, she tore her ACL mid-year. And so it's just kind of been next man up, next play, next man up, next play, and that's just what we've done every single day. And so it's been a rough year, but from the very beginning of preseason, and our preseasons are tough, we've said, you know, rise to the level. Once you meet this running time, we're going to put it up. Once you meet this shooting goal standard, we're going to rise it, and they just keep rising to the level. So they've just been tremendous.
So, Coach, you talked about 15 players, you know, brand new players. One of the things I noticed when I was looking at, you know, all the teams that were coming in is not very many teams actually have a dominant player. That most of you guys have 4 or 5 and a few off the bench that can come in and play at a high level. Is that what it takes to get into this room right now? Is that kind of team? For whoever wants to answer.
Well, it does for me. Now, Glenville, they've got about 30 players over there. They refer to them as a hockey team. They substitute line changes. But yeah, you got to have. You got to get to this point of year. You got to have somebody that you can go to a go-to player.
Right.
That can get you a bucket in a close ball game, and if you've got 2 of those, then you're even more blessed. But at the end of the day, it's a team game. There's a lot of individual honors given out to those players that are wrapped around a team concept, and that's what we preach at our place. We don't recognize a whole lot of those individual honors. They receive those because of the team's play, but you got to have great players this time of year, and you got to get a break or 2 along the way.
Okay. Anybody else? Rebecca, you haven't answered a question yet.
It's okay.
Would you like to take a stab at that?
Just echoing a little bit about that, it just, when you have a balanced team, it makes coaching even better because you just want to rely on one kid. I mean, obviously there's some that stand out more than others and get the recognition, but when you have a balanced team, I think it's tougher to guard, so that's what we want. It is a team sport, so we want to be able to move the ball and stretch people and make it more difficult than relying on just 1 or 2 players.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other questions? Yeah.
Coach Jay, we are in our 2nd year of Division II, and we're in the Elite 8. You've been the underdog in just about every game you played in the regional, and then now you're the underdog again. What is it about the underdog mentality and the new kids on the block mentality that these kids have responded to so well and have made it here?
You know, winning is hard. Making it this far you have to be pretty special. And by being special is that you have to sacrifice. It's a different commitment. It's just doing extra aside from practice. But I don't know. I mean, it's to be able to compete at a high level. It's just taking one game at a time. And the underdog, I mean, it's basketball, and we just want to make sure that we're the toughest team and the most together and compete at a high level and see what the outcome comes out.